Being able to change pace, change speeds fluidly as a hooper is one of the best skills you can have with the ball to be able to attack more efficiently. That doesn't matter whether you're a point guard, whether you're a power forward and using these simple changes of pace to get by defenders or to take advantage of opportunities. But if you're able to switch up your speeds and do it in a creative way, it's gonna be pretty hard to guard you, even if you're not the fastest, even if you're not the most explosive player. But the thing is, a lot of players are missing these tools that I'm about to give you that are essential to you being able to change pace. You can see the best of the best do things with their dribble and try to imitate it, but if you don't have these underlying qualities, it's gonna be tough for you. So here are 5 kind of small, detailed skills that you can add to your toolbox. They're gonna help you change pace significantly better. Let's get to it. So number 1 is being able to dribble the ball and handle the ball in ways that actually allow you to slow down. If we can only dribble in one way, which is kind of this simple, same tempo every time, really pounding the ball into the ground, of course, it's gonna be good if we're going at higher speeds, but we also have to be able to float the ball, kind of let the ball hang in our hand. Different ways that allow us to slow down, maybe read a situation, lull a defender to sleep, and overall relax more as we're dribbling the ball. So again, simple as this, where you're just floating, kind of letting that ball spin in your hands, different directions, different speeds with that can actually be pretty tough, especially if you're just getting into these type of things. And it's something that's super simple for you to work on. Now, a lot of it just comes down to experimenting with it. You're gonna carry it at first. I see a lot of players where they first get into this and they're trying to hang that ball, kind of let it float as they're keeping their hand on top, and the next thing you know, hand goes under the ball. But to me, that's fine. I think at some point, you're gonna have to experiment with this and fail and mess up. That means sometimes your hand is gonna go under the ball. That's okay, as long as you're working to get that out of there. So easy sample drill for this is just a freestyle float. Every single dribble is gonna be a little bit different, but you're just floating that ball as much as you can and trying to cover a little bit of ground as you're taking different steps, different length steps with that float, all right? So again, if you're able to float that ball, if you're able to let it hang in your hands, then that allows everything else to slow down and then speed up off of that. Number 2 is being able to switch up the lengths of your stride. A lot of the time when we're driving, when we're attacking downhill and we do slow down a little bit, it's because we take a longer stride right here. As we take this longer stride, this puts us in kind of a deceleration shin angle. So this slows us down a little bit. Even if we re-accelerate off of that, if you're only taking the same length strides every time, it's gonna be tough for you to get into these kind of quicksand finishes here where you slow down, or kind of a fake snatch here where you make that quick change of speed, slow yourself down with that steep shin angle, and then be able to speed back up off of that. So super simple drill for this could just be kind of dribbling in a straight line. All right, so every single dribble is gonna be in the same direction. It's just gonna be with a different stride length, a different speed, okay? So some are fast, some I slow down, some I really plant here. I'm never fully stopping myself, so I continue that forward momentum, but maybe I'm going from 90% speed to 20 to 50 to 100 to 10 and just flowing through that. Third is gonna be different types of dribbles or different type of hand motions where I'm pushing the ball out or being able to accelerate even in weird positions. So what I mean by that is maybe you're floating the ball here, that ball is really kind of hanging in this hand. If you're only able to take this normal dribble here, it's a little bit tougher to explode versus if you're able to push out, right? So kind of get your hand on this side of the ball and then push it out this way. Same thing, maybe you're floating that ball, being able to kind of cuff and wrap off of that. Maybe you're going with a slow delay between, so the ball is slow on that between. Now once you get here, you're having to kind of push out, so get your hand back on top, push out forward. So you can see again how every single dribble is not here or a push out or a simple push. You're manipulating that ball in different ways, and ultimately this comes down to building really robust control of the ball. Simple way to do this is a one-hand freestyle, so I want you guys accelerating out of these kind of stagnant positions here, and you're trying to find the weirdest hand positions to explode out with the ball. So maybe you're here, you're freestyling with the ball, and then from here, you're finding that way to push out. All right, you'll come back, maybe with the left hand now, maybe you're here, and you're having to cuff that ball and push out. So again, I want you guys to struggle with this a little bit, to be able to cuff and maybe switch sides of the ball to push out, just playing around with different ways to explode, because sometimes, especially when we're trying to catch defenders off guard, it's not gonna be that perfect explosion. Number 4 is actually being able to relax fully and take out tension from our movement. You see a ton of players who are just always sped up, they're always tense with the ball. Even if they try to slow down, they're still here, because even if the ball is slow, they still have that tension. They're still in that attacking position. So if you're able to fully raise up, relax here, go at 10% intent and then speed back up, that's a big quality to be able to have. And I do a ton of different drills for this one in the weight room, on the court, different things where, again, you're not going 100% for the sake of going game speed. I see a lot of players who only practice at 100% because they're trying to go as hard as they can, and I understand that, but at some point you have to realize how important it is to be able to relax, to be able to flow with the ball, and that may entail not going at 100% intensity or tension at all times. So simple couple of drills here. Number one could just be working on a pattern where you're forced to raise up and float the ball. So I'm going under this leg, I raise up, I'm trying to float this ball as long as I can. So again, back to tool number one, floating this ball, raising up, literally feel like I'm just chilling here, I'm standing, I'm not doing anything, and then quickly kind of tensing up and getting back into it with the other side. So I'm fast, slow, fast, slow, fast. Notice here how, again, I'm 5%. I don't have any tension in my body, because that's where you're gonna be really able to contrast speeds, contrast intensities, that's gonna be able to catch defenders off guard when you explode from there. Another one could be a 2-1 freestyle where you go 2 really fast moves, 1 you slow down, 2 really fast moves, 1 you slow down. So maybe you go wrap, cross, slow, wrap, cross, slow, here, here, here. And being able to make those slow moves seems easy, but I promise you guys it's not. Fifth and final one here is dribble timing. So again, if you're only able to explode or dribble or make a move at the more predictable times, for example, you're 1, 2, 3, it's gonna be tough to catch defenders off guard with speed changes and pace. But if you're able to vary the timing with which you make those dribbles, for example, you're 1, 2, 3, it's a little bit different, but it also takes getting used to these things. It takes being able to explode when the ball is on the way up. It takes being able to explode when the ball is on the way down and going from there. And this is something I have a ton of drills for in the Ultimate Ball Handling program and the Small Guard Essentials program. But a simple one could just be exploding, alternating when the ball is on the way up and then when the ball is on the way down. So you're switching the moves up each time. So first one, ball is on the way up to my hand and I go. Second one, ball is on the way down and I go. All right, ball is on the way up and I go. So I'm just going with different timings and just playing around with paces and with tempos and different ways to explode that just aren't predictable. So if you add these 5 tools and sharpen them daily or a few days a week, you're gonna see your change of pace improve immensely. Then it's just about going out, trying it on defense, different ways to do it, getting creative with it. And if you're able to sharpen those tools and then put those tools to use on a daily basis against defense, you're on track for pretty good improvement. As always, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you're interested in training this more, check out our virtual academy programs. All of them are super comprehensive ways to work on different skills. And we have a few more programs coming soon. See you next time.